Hey on everyone, welcome back to your Friday night games here. We have the Panthers up against the Titans and also South up against Manly. And how I'd personally going to be playing this is in the outside backs, especially going for a couple more Panthers players and then going to be spreading it through the middle forwards a little bit in the Manly and the South game. So to start off with the outside backs, you can obviously go for anyone in that Panthers outfit. Taylor May is obviously the most expensive. He is averaging the most over the entire season, but 17,770 probably seems a little bit steep to me. Dylan Edwards has gone up in price over the last few weeks, but he's been really dominating, doing a great job. Got a couple of 50s and a 48 out of 3 of his last 4 weeks, and I definitely think he's a decent option for your side. If you want to go anyone else in this section, I think Campbell Graham's probably a little bit expensive as well, obviously scoring well. But Isaac Tungor, he's gone down in price after a couple of lower games, 3 games in the 30s now. So I think it might be an opportunity for him to bounce back a little bit up against that right edge defense of the Titans. So Tungor's there as a decent option for you. Brimson goes to the back, but up against the Panthers, it's probably a bit of a worry at this stage. If we're going to go for Crichton as well, 12,210, obviously coming off a triple, and with Cleary back, he obviously got a plenty of ball last week, and not as much the 2 weeks before, but I think they've worked out their right side attack a little bit better, looking a little bit more comfortable since Cleary's return, and Crichton at that cheaper price could be a great option. If you're going to go cheaper in the South or Manly game, you've got Isaiah Tass, who comes in for his second game of the season. He got 30.5 in limited minutes off the bench. So, in that left centre role this week, he should have a good crack. And Taff as well as a potential option, but he had a pretty low score last week. So, tread with caution on that one. And same with Kohler. If you want to go for him at 9,000 against the South backline as well, he has a decent opportunity to score some decent points in a full 80-minute role this week. So up to you if you want to go for that one or not. There. All right, in the halves, you obviously got the three big guys with Cleary, Cherry Evans, and DCE. I think going either the Cleary or DCE route would be decent there at 23,870 and 24,710 for Cleary there. So both of them are averaging a ridiculous amount of points, and I think Cleary is probably the best one out of these two, just up against the Gold Coast Titans. Going to get plenty of goals, and I'd say he scores somewhere near this 87 to 91 that he's been doing, which has been absolutely incredible, the run that he's been on. If you want to go a little bit lighter, obviously Lockie Croker's been scoring pretty solidly the last 3 weeks, of 41 to 57. He's in his range the last 3. Lockie Ilias, scoring okay as well with a 41 and a 48 in his 2 of his last 3, so he could be potentially an option against Manly. Not sure how he will go exactly, but definitely someone at that price you could go for, along with Aaron Clark, who's been averaging solidly as well. It'll be interesting to see how many tackles he makes up against the Penrith Panthers. So, a couple of decent scores again in that last 3. And then just a little bit lighter, we've got Will Smith coming in at $9,000 up against obviously Panthers, but he is playing 6 this week, and he's been playing a majority of the year on the bench. So he could be someone if you wanted to have a crack at him, potentially for some kick meters, and also hopefully a try assist or a try could be Will Smith there. That's maybe all I'd select in that halves hooker position. If you go into the forwards, I think Murray's a really important play here at 22,760. He has been dominating, even with that less minutes, in those 2 weeks beforehand. He's still got a 53 and 64. In that close game, he played an 80-minute game last week. Plenty of tackles, 72.9 points. So he's someone that he could play an 80-minute game against Manly again and really help this squad out. If you're going to go a little bit lighter, both for more, it's always half a decent option, but against Penrith could be a little bit of a worry. We also have Liam Martin, I think at 13,130, has potential to score a try this game and do well for your team. Obviously a 65 and a 72 in there, along with a 47. So definitely at 13,000 has the potential to outdo that. Scott Sorensen at 11,570 as well. Has been super consistent over this season, especially the last 4 weeks. So he could get somewhere decent over 30 for you. And Eisenhuth played well last week to get a 32.2 to go along with his pretty consistent scoring all year. So if you want to just plug and play him for a score over 30, then a safe score there, then you can do that. And Carl Lawton gets a start in the back row again, and at 10,170, I think is pretty close to a must-have as you can get. Somewhere around that 40 mark you would expect for him heading into this round. Anyone down a bit lower, I wouldn't be looking to pick up these guys. I think the cheapest guy you could go for would be Spencer Leniu, who's had 3 really nice games in a row. So it'd be Spencer and also Carl Lawton there as your potential options in these 2 games. So if you're playing individually, that's a 10,000 for the first game, and 15,000 prize pool for the second. If you are playing, good luck, and we'll catch you in the Saturday video. See you later.